Hey, I'm just going to try out some new products that I got for Christmas from some sweet friends who I will tag. I got this amazing NYX Ultimate Vintage Jane Baby palette, which looks like it's got some really amazing cool and warm tones. It's also got some mattes, some shimmers. I like sort of the dusty roses and pinks as well as the browns, some really nice shimmers. Yeah, so it looks like that's going to be super fun to play with. I also got this Sexy Mother Pucker Soap and Glory Pillow XXL Plump, which is going to be pretty fun. And yeah, I'm going to test those out today. I'm not sure if the metallics or shimmers in here will have any fallout, so I'm going to do my eyes first. But I am going to add some lip liner. So yeah, I don't have anything on my face besides the moisturizer. So this is a good old favorite, one of my absolute favorites, MAC Spice. There are so many liners on the market, and some of them are incredible, drugstore and high-end. The thing about MAC is that it's a very dry wood pencil. That's not for everybody, but what I really like about it is that it does not move. So it stays exactly as you put it. You can, I like to just blend it out with my finger. So yeah, I want to add this Sexy Mother Pucker to see what it does while I'm filming, because it's supposed to zhuzh up my lips. Here we go. It's really new. So this is a present. It's got a, interesting. It tastes kind of like honey. I'm just blending it with my finger. Just softening that line. I thought it was going to be a little bit different color. So it's pleasant. Might look a little stark without any other makeup on, but quite nice. So let's see if my lips, you know, puff up. If they feel like they're on fire, and we'll see what kind of heat. See what kind of heat they give. But my absolute favorite drugstore one is the Milani eyeshadow primer. A little bit goes a really long way. The teeniest bit, kind of like that for two eyes. A really great higher end one that I like is the Fenty Beauty one. So yeah, I just take this, pat, and just rub it in. It does dry down, and it's quite nice. Yeah, kind of cancels out some redness. Don't need a lot of it. If you put too much on, it doesn't do its job. Sure, put the teeniest amount kind of on the mobile lid, and then sort of blend the rest up a little bit. So not much to see there. So here we go. I think I'm gonna do two different eyes. So I think I'll do more of a neutral on the one eye, and then maybe a little bit more dramatic on the other eye. I'm just gonna use this one first. Oh yeah, quite nice. Not a lot of kickback there. Oh yeah, so take it up a little higher. I have hooded lids, so I always go kind of up and out here. Because I don't have studio lights, I have to do these tutorials during the day. So sometimes what you're really getting is a very natural, no filters, obviously, no studio lights vibe. Very, very natural. Let's take, this one's got a teeny bit of sheen to it, which looks quite nice. Oh yeah, so these are really smooth so far. Take that under the eye. Really smooth. Oh yeah, nice to blend. Makeup always looks a little wild without any eyebrows or face or the rest of your face. This really dark brown right here. Just gonna add that to the edge of a corner here, and I, like I said, like to go pretty high here. Kind of more of a pulling out, not a down, because I have hooded eyes. I want to kind of pull up and out. So basically, I want my eyes open to be able to see what I'm doing, not way down in here, because my eyes are hooded. I'm gonna wipe off that brush I just have a clean face cloth. Just kind of blend that. That's quite nice. I'm gonna take this very white one here. Just add that up here. Oh yeah, it's got quite a bit of payoff there. Just blend that out a little bit. I'm just using one of my favorite Real Techniques brushes. It's so old, it's worn off. Okay, so that's quite nice. I'm just kind of blending back and forth on the top there to sort of soften that. And then what I think I might do is take a different brush and use this super dark, it's almost like a super dark purple, to kind of create a bit of a smoked out liner. This is one of my favorite hacks to do for adding kind of dimension to the eye, is to just use liner and kind of go really close down here by the lash line. Just kind of blend, 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 depending on what kind of dramatic effect you want. You can take it further in, and then just kind of pulling up a little bit. That's a nice color. I'm just sort of turning the brush the other way and pulling inward. Just get a really nice, soft, diffused look. That's a really nice color. So that just gives kind of way more dimension to the eye in a very quick, easy way. Now, I could do all sorts of things to take this, to amp this look up. I could take any one of these shimmers, so I'm going to try that. I think I'll take, this one's a little too cool. This one's a little too dark for what I'm thinking of for right now. So I think I'll try this one here. And I'm just going to pat that right in the center here. See if we've got any fallout. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, that's very smooth. It's a very smooth, very nice, yeah. So that takes that regular daytime look up to maybe more of a nighttime look. Obviously, you can wear any of these anytime you want. I'm gonna take this really pale white one, kind of add that to the inner corner and pull it up. Some of these sparkle palettes, you'll hear a lot of YouTubers talk about using your fingers. They're kind of just taking that in. Using your fingers usually has way more control. It likes sort of the heat of your finger. Very nice. Very nice, yeah. Obviously, I have no idea how these will wear, how long. So I'll let you know about that. I'm just going to add some mascara. So I'm just adding some MAC Stack, one of the mascaras I've got open that I need to use up. This can be very natural. If you get a big goop like that, like I've done here, just let it dry and then we'll take it off. You can take it off with a spoolie, with a makeup brush. If it's here where there's no other shadow, you can, wet your finger and rub it off. If you've got that where you've already got a shadow and you don't want to remove what's underneath, the best thing to do is to wait until it's dry. Just for really quick, I'm just going to throw in the e.l.f. Wow Brow. Out here, my lashes just do not grow on the outside. So what I like about this product is to kind of go backwards here in this area that really needs it. And it just kind of really fills that part in and sort of just sets and adds some dimension. So again, I have no other face makeup on, but I just want to show you kind of what that one eye looks like. Really nice. Really nice. Has a bit of fallout, bit of that sparkle, which is why sometimes doing your whole face after is better. So that is eye one. Okay, let's work on eye two. I'm going to use that same brush. I just wiped it off just because I want to show you that you really do not need expensive brushes or much brush to get the everyday look. So let's use some of these browns and blues together. I think I'm going to start with this kind of mid-tone blue right here. I'm just going to put that all over the mobile lid. They're quite nice and blendable, nice and soft and smooth. Add a little more of that. That's just a really nice eye-opening color. Let's take this really dark blue here. I'm trying to use colors I didn't use last time. We're gonna go, oh, very nice. Kind of do the whole mobile lid there, leaving the inner corner, that light blue. Really pull this out. Nice smoky blue. People forget that you can do really fun smoky colors, not with brown and black. For brown eyes, smoky blue is particularly awesome because it's the opposite of the color wheel, makes them pop. For my eyes, which are green, smoky purple is phenomenal. And brown looks really good with blue eyes. So I'm just wiping off my brush, and I'm quite surprised actually at the color payoff of this. It's got a lot more color than I thought. So again, that can look like a real lot without the rest of my makeup done. But once I put mascara and the rest on, it's not gonna look as sort of wild as it is right now. So I just sort of really diffused that, really smoked that out. I'm gonna add some of that light blue back here, kind of lighten that back up. I'm gonna add that white up here. Whew, that one is really pigmented. So that's good to know. Use a light hand with that one. Again, taking lots off on the brush. I'm just diffusing that blue. I'm showing you how the average person, given the time that they've got to do your makeup, would blend their eyeshadow, right? There's kind of a lot of editing on YouTube and other short form about how to sort of blend perfectly. And yes, there's technique to that, which, hey, if you want me to do a video on brushes and some brush technique, I'm happy to do that because I use technique, but I'm just so used to doing it that I don't often talk about it. But there is a real over worry about technique of blending. Just kind of blend it until you get it the way you want it. So I want though to take this blue sparkle. One of the tips that I would do if I'm worried about fallout is just to take a Kleenex, fold that over like this. You could even double it up if you want, and just sort of hold that folded under my eye like so. So when I add that sparkle, especially if I'm using something new that I've never used before, I'm not sure how much fallout is going to happen, then I'm kind of catching those sparkles. My finger again. Ooh, that's a really nice color. I like to sort of blow. Then I'm going to add this right here. Oh, that's really nice. Really nice. So dabbing instead of pulling usually helps to avoid fallout. Do more of a dab. And you also, especially with a new product, when you're not sure if it's going to remove what you've got underneath, dabbing is a really nice way to do that. So I'm going to take a good look at kind of where I've got that. Nice. I put it mostly in the center. I'm going to take it a little bit more, blow that off again, and take it just a little bit further out. And I'm kind of letting the tip of my finger just sort of graze the top. Looks a little more diffused that way, right? Instead of staying totally under the crease, just kind of letting that into that finish on the top. That's really nice. I'm going to take that really sparkly white again, this one, and go again right here in the center. Went a little low there. If so, just kind of pull it back up. That is quite nice. I am feeling like I need to kind of ground it a little bit more. So I'm going to take my angled brush again. And I'm going to use this really deep navy here. And kind of just add a wee bit there. It's so subtle. It's really hard to tell. But it does sort of just grounds the look. What do I mean when I say that? It just sort of modernizes it. Yeah. Smokes it out a little bit. Gonna add my MAC stack and some e.l.f. Wow Brow, and I'll be back. Spending quite a bit of time on my mascara, which I always do. I have a video on applying mascara and how some techniques and spending a little more time doing that can really amp up your look. So take a look at that. I think it's under the tutorials playlist, but you'll be able to find it there's not a zillion videos on here yet. Also, let me know in the comments below what videos you're hoping for. Tutorials, products, brands, tips. Let me know what you'd want to see in 2024. So there is my other look. A really nice, subtle day look. Of course, this can be worn during the day as well. Because it's regular lighting and not studio lighting, don't fool yourself that this looks kind of abrupt, this blue in this regular light, but it's actually quite blended over here. It's just not really showing. So I'm going to do the rest of my face. Before I add the rest of my face makeup, I just wanted to comment on the lips, the sexy, I don't even want to say that online, I might get blocked. The Pillow Plump. Upon initial application, it feels kind of it doesn't hurt, it's hot, but it settles down. It's quite pleasant, nice lip, not sticky. It's not the shade that I would wear with a look like this. So I'm actually going to take that off when I do the rest of my makeup, but this will be a fun one to put in my purse. I want to do something super quick. So this is the e.l.f. Powder Camo Foundation. So I'm going to do that for my base. I'm going to put a little e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer on this healing blemish. And then I'm just going to kind of powder this in the few spots where I want it. With a color like blue, I like to use bronzer. I don't wear bronzer every day. I'm an elementary school teacher. I'm not wearing bronzer. I'm not wearing most of these things to work every day. But I'm going to throw a Laguna bronzer on all over the face to warm it up a little bit. Now that's super subtle, but it just sort of connects. Sort of grounds the face a little bit to kind of bring in that bronzer. It's hard to describe what bronzer does. It sort of kind of gives the skin a little more of a cohesive look. I have really big bronzer brushes that diffuse things more. Because this palette is so small, it's a little mini, which is a great thing to do if you're not sure if you're gonna like a product, is to try that travel section at Sephora. So yeah, I like to use this little one. I'm just kind of taking that across the jaw, down the neck, sides of the nose, and just really diffusing it. I'll show you that in natural light. For blush today, I'm going to use a Nudies matte. This is in the shade Sunkissed. This is a really nice sort of browny pink, which works really well to warm up the skin with something like blues. It's sort of a in from the cold. I always take that across my nose, just whatever's left. With my hair color, this just sort of warms things up a little bit. Sort of like, almost like you've been in the sun. So again, show you that in natural light. It's all coming together. For a bit of a highlight, I'm gonna take MAC Whisper Of. It's all the rage to follow people on Instagram that go way up here, right? Depending on your age and where if you have any laugh lines or wrinkles are, you don't necessarily want to pocket it all right here. You can see this is where some of my laugh lines are, right? I don't really want to put my highlighter in there, even though it might look like people are doing that on Instagram. The other thing to think about is just to turn your face naturally and to see the light hits me here, kind of comes down here a little bit. So when I take my highlighter, I come a little bit lower than those laugh lines, and I actually come down here. I'll show you that when I'm done in natural light as well. Right, kind of come down in here, end of the nose, Cupid's bow. On the regular, I don't powder my face. I don't really need to. As it's changed, as I've aged, if I have a decent moisturizer on, My skin usually stays nice and sort of moist throughout the day. If anything, it tends toward drying out a little bit. So I usually don't need to powder. If I do though, I love to use Rimmel Stay Matte. This is transparent 001. There's also colored ones. This is a phenomenal cult classic drugstore. Affordable, works fantastic, works just as well as high-end. You can use a brush or a sponge, and yeah, that's what I would do, but just sort of in the areas where I would want it. But today I'm not going to do that. So for lip, what I might do, obviously if I was doing my makeup, the two eyes would be the same, but I just wanted to show you two different looks. So this is kind of more neutral, more cool. This is also cool, but it has a bit of warmth. And I've got a very neutral, cuddling cool, cuddling warm blush on purpose. So what I might do is something super simple, which is a lip oil. This NYX Lip Drip Fat Oil. This is in Mist Call. I have Mist Call and Supermodel. This is a super comfortable formula. Again, you don't need a lip liner. You can put this on top of a lipstick. You can wear lip liner. I just wanted to show you what it looks like without. So this is a really nice lip, whether it's this eye or this eye. It's a good purse lippy. Not sticky, super comfortable, bit of a sheen. The other one I have, Supermodel, look, is very similar to this, but it has sparkle in it. So it's just got a little bit more catch the light. So that's a really simple option. This is the MAC Powderkiss formula. This is an incredible formula. Again, a zillion shades. This is Velvet Punch. These are very hard to describe. Powderkiss, they are like a soft, blurred, matte look. Super comfortable. Can look more like a stain. This is a really great color. It's coming off a little pinkier in the camera than it is in real life. And depending on the shade of my hair, I would adjust that lip, right? If my hair was a little more pinky, a little cooler, this would be a really great option. But you'll notice that it suits, if you're not worried about my hair, suits both of those eyes really well. You can build it up. You can use a lip liner. I often find, I don't know, sort of more in my mid 40s, that the lip liner, unless it's the right shade and blended well, almost ages me. I think it looks a little more modernized, a little younger to go without lip liner. So there's another option. And because that pink doesn't really jive as well with my red hair at the moment, I'm gonna use something clear. So I'm gonna use a Christmas present that I got Summer Fridays. This is the new shade, new flavor, Sweet Mint. It's so lovely. Very comfortable, really good purse lippy, not sticky, not gloopy. It's sweet. Sweet Mint is a great scent. It's sweet. If you don't like something that's sweet, you might not like it, but that's just a really good one. It kind of modernizes the look by having a clear gloss. You could put a lip liner on. You could fill your lips in with a lip liner before you put this on. Actually, let me show you what that would look like. So I filled in my lips with MAC Spice lip liner, the one I used earlier. I'm just adding that on top. So depending on the color of your lip liner, that just adds a bit more staying power. It also looks a lot browner right now than it does in real life. It's a little more nude. So there we have it. We have one kind of more natural look and one a little bit more glam. But again, either of these are daytime looks to me. Makeup is about fun. It's about playing. So thank you to my sweet friends that bought me some of these products. And you'll see that that blush now and that bronzer just giving a bit more dimension to the face. And when you look straight on, looks a little more put together, right? A little more alive. A lot of makeup that we see on Instagram, these micro trends that come and go, they're for online, right? Of course, you do you, wear them however you want. I think a lot of the people doing these beautiful looks online, they're not wearing them in their everyday life, in daylight, sun, you know, to work, things like that. So I think it's important to still remember that makeup is fun, to play, wear whatever you want. whatever colors you want, sparkle, no sparkle, there's no rules here. But remember that a lot of what I'm doing on here is sort of more everyday, but I love to have fun. I love to play, and makeup is for that as well. It's creative expression. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy both of these looks. Bye.